CVTG began in 88–89 in the area of Kelly Park. The original members comprised of Latino youngsters from both Kelly Park Compton Crip and Southside Crip. The motive for abandoning these gangs is unknown, but I will post when I get the info. They called themselves Tiny Gangster Crip and initially had beef with Bloods. Most members were in the 12–16-year-old range, hence the Tiny Gangster, and attended Roosevelt Middle School. There wasn't any beef with any CV barrios until CV70 and CVS wanted TGC to become a clique of their hoods. When TGC refused, the war began. They were also critiqued for associating with a black gang, Crip. CV70 would come down hard on TGC, but the TGs would continue to refuse to join them as a clique. Eventually, CV70 dropped the heat and began to partner up and accept TG as its own barrio. Many members did in fact join CV70 and some stayed in TGC. With the CV70 influence, they dropped the Crip and became CVTG. Most of these members grew up around each other and had personal beefs before they joined gangs. This is a major factor in the beefing between CVTG, CV70, CVCG, CVTKS and CVS. The beef with CVS. During the time TGC was created, there was continuous tension between blacks and Latinos in Roosevelt Middle School. There was occasional rioting among them that created beef between gangs. Being that CVS was a Latino gang and Crips were mainly black, TGC was caught in the middle. Since most of the members came from SSC and KPC and were Latino, they would have to choose between their ethnic brothers or gang loyalty. TGC chose to side with the Crips and the feud with CVS began. Even after TGC became CVTG, they carried over the feud and it has been this way since. TGC to CVTG. Being that the gang was comprised of former KPC and SSC Latino gang members, they carried over the Crip element. According to my sources, KPC and SSC did not have any issues with its members leaving and creating another Crip gang. Not only were they Latino, but they were all kids. This might be the two reasons KPC and SSC did not object. They ran as a Crip gang for about a month, which then they converted to a CV gang. Mainly due to criticism from rivals. So in conclusion, CVTG was a Crip gang for about a month. CVTG and CV70. There were a few CV70s that lived in the area where CVTG members resided. One of the main CVTG original members joined CV70 and began to lure more CVTG members to do the same. As more joined CV70, there remained some loyal CVTG and refused the offers. For about 2 years, the CV70s tolerated the CVTG that remained behind. They would write on walls together and attack other common enemies. After a while, CV70 gave CVTG an ultimatum and they were either in or out. CVTG refused and CV70 tried to annihilate them. There was continuous harassment, but CVTG prevailed and is still around today. CVTG and CV70 do not get along since. CVTG and CVCG. Within the first 2 years that CVTG was formed, they maintained open communication with both CVCG and CV70. However, the relationship between CVTG and CV70 was much closer than that of CVTG and CVCG. At that time CVCG was engaged in an all-out war with CV70 Chico's clique. CVCG was not too fond seeing CVTG associating with their main rival. CVTG would claim to be neutral in that issue and did not want to side with either. CVCG knew that CV70 was pressuring CVTG to become a clique and viewed CVTG as cowards for not resisting. CVCG then decided to harass CVTG and would occasionally bully them. CVCG did not consider CVTG a threat until a confrontation between CVTG and CVCG on Alondra Boulevard resulted in the death of a CVCG member. That incident set the rivalry in stone and the two gangs have not got along since. As you can see, CV Tiny Gangsters also have issues with Boulevard Mafia Crips and Four Corner Block Crips of Long Beach.